This is 1878 Casuals out of Los Angeles, California. We are a group of lads that have been brought together for our mutual love of Manchester United. We are brought to you by Terrace Cult Clothing out of Manchester, England. So if you're one of them boys who likes to wear some Stony or some CP, this gear is top notch and nowhere near as expensive as the aforementioned. So check them out at terracecult.usa on Instagram, and if you order something, mention 1878 Casuals, and I think there's a little discount for you. Also, guys at Terrace Cult, I'm dying to get one of your scarves, and every time I go online, you guys have sold out. So maybe if you get some more in stock, you could put a couple of aside for me. Cheers. Right, also Moomir ice cream out of Monrovia and Montrose. Our man Mark over there, great Man United fan. Homemade ice cream daily, all organic, fantastic stuff. So take the kids, take the wife, or sneak out yourself, fellas, because the stuff is bitching. Right, Manchester United. Casey, my man Patch there, and Top Boy Fish. They've been bringing you up to date news on the transfer and the gossip and everything that's going on daily. My boy there, Mike Bandito, he loves a little bit of chat about the youth sides, and also the influence that music and fashion actually had on the terraces back in the 70s and 80s, and some bits of the 90s, or rather the terraces had on the music and the fashion. And he's going to be updating you a little bit once a week on something a little bit different there. Right, everybody calls me English, and I'm going to do a little bit different today. I'm going to chat a little bit about the history of Manchester United, more really for those of you who are just finding the club and beginning to follow us. So hopefully I can explain a little bit about it, and some of the rivalries, some of the myths, some of the do's and the don'ts. So if you're new to United, hopefully you'll find this interesting, and if you're an old supporter, maybe you can have a watch and let me know if I've done all right, and if I made any mistakes, give us a shout. The channel's been set up for people to drop us their opinions, so we really appreciate that. We want to hear from you. We are not the be all end all of Manchester United whatsoever. We're just a bunch of guys who love the team, and we want to talk about it. We'd love to hear your opinions. If you think we're right, you think we're wrong, if you agree with us, you disagree, drop us a line. But do us a favour, be a gentleman about it. All right, if you're one of those people that isn't happy unless they're not happy, thanks for stopping by, but jog on. Life's too short. All right. Okay, I'm going to start with the rivalry between Manchester United and Liverpool from our game last week. I was going to start with the beginning of United, but I'll do that next week. So Manchester and Liverpool, as everybody knows, and if you've been under a rock for the last 100 years, have a rather large disliking for one another, especially when it comes to the football pitch. Strangely enough, the two towns, or cities rather, are only 35 miles apart in the northwest of England, and they're exceptionally similar. Both dock towns, ports, very, very hard-working people, the salt of the earth when it comes to grafting, taking care of themselves, taking care of their families. But like in so many cases when things are so similar, I guess there are bound to butt heads eventually. So the feud, my understanding, actually began back in the days, late 1800s, when Manchester actually began to build the Manchester Shipping Canal. Liverpool and Manchester both basically needed and made their money off of the export and import of goods from the shipping lanes. Unfortunately, with the decline after the Industrial Revolution, Manchester and Liverpool began to find things a lot harder. And with the shipping canal that was built by Manchester, I guess at that point came on top when it came to employment and making a living for the families there, which obviously upset the locals in Liverpool. And the aggression and the let's say hatred went from the football pitch to the canals, or from the canals to the football pitch. So that's how it started, basically. Very, very simply. I'm sure I'm not 100% right there. Anyone can correct me on that. But I want to get into the football really. The differences between the teams are immense. Manchester United, known as a Catholic team, Liverpool, a Protestant team. United was formed 14 years before Liverpool. We have 82 wins over Liverpool's 70 when it comes to the figures. We have 12 FA Cups to Liverpool's 8. We have 22 Community Shields to Liverpool's 15. We are the leaders in the Premier League, as in championships. We are 20 to Liverpool's 19, as in the 20 times 29 is Man United. We've also done the treble, which Liverpool has failed to do. They claim to have a treble, but it's not the treble. Right. The teams are so opposite, shall we say, that even direct transfers do not happen between the club. The last direct transfer from one player to another was from 1964. Gabriel Hines in 2006/2007 made it aware that he was prepared to move from Manchester United to Liverpool, which Fergie was having none of, and added on his toes to Real Madrid in 2007, rather than see Liverpool get him. You've only got to watch the clip of Fergie and Kenny Dalglish when they're in each other's company to see how much there is no love lost between the two cities, unfortunately. Now, anything that I explained to you here today, if you're a new follower, do not go thinking that because you watched Green Street Hooligans a couple of times or had 5 minutes of what I have to say that you understand how deep and how rooted these feuds are between clubs and towns and cities. Okay, it's something you have to be born into to understand, and maybe even be very, very close to as an outsider to observe. United also, when it comes down to their fan base, we have worldwide estimated 1.1 billion fans compared to Liverpool's 590 million. And Facebook, we apparently have 75 million approved users or accredited users compared to Liverpool's 39 million. All right, when it comes to the chants, which is one of the biggest things I find attractive about Man United, we have over 550 songs on the terraces there compared to maybe 250 by Liverpool. So, as you know, there is no love loss. I think the best way to describe or explain the intensity and the mystique about this rivalry is I watched a documentary once about Manchester United and Liverpool, and this fellow described it perfectly. I wish I could use this quote as my own, but I am borrowing it. If Manchester United and Liverpool were the bottom two teams in the league, and the top two teams were playing the same day as Manchester United and Liverpool, Manchester United and Liverpool would have the ultimate ratings of the game that day. Everybody would watch us. It is the biggest, longest, oldest and toughest rivalry in football in the world, I believe. And it will probably never ever end. It's a great rivalry, it's a great giggle. I don't suggest anybody trying to have a tear up over it. Those days are a little bit behind us, I think. But anyway, nice to see United do Liverpool 2-1 after the disgraceful spanking they gave us last year. Nice to see Martinez step up. De Gea, great game. It's fantastic what that boy's doing in the back four there. He really brought it together. Sancho. So let's see what happens, lads, with the upcoming Southampton and the rest of the future. All right. Again, appreciate you guys having a little bit of a listen. Let us know, as I said, if we've got anything wrong, if you enjoyed it or not. All right. Cheers. Have a good one. Take care. Come on, you Reds.